you
lied
see that
about him.
Letitia James is now in trouble for the exact same shit?
Really?
You didn't see that?
That makes sense.
They're investigating her because she allegedly, according to Megyn Kelly, who I trust implicitly, allegedly went and got mortgages with her father, listing them as husband and wife.
Yeah.
On buildings,
right,
multiple times, and then also lied about the amount of bedrooms that were in a place.
Right.
Because if it's 4 bedrooms, you get one tax rate. If it's 5, it's more.
Letitia James says the allegations against her are nothing more than a revenge tour by the Trump administration. What's your response?
My response is that Letitia James is one of the most corrupt, shameless individuals ever to hold public office. She's guilty not only of those crimes, but of countless more crimes, by using and abusing your public office to try to persecute an innocent man, depriving him of his rights, engaging in a conspiracy to obstruct our election, and to overthrow our democratic processes and procedures. She is guilty of multiple significant serial criminal violations.
It's important that individuals know that this is nothing more than the continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and in disarray. Medicaid, Social Security, CFPB, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, as you mentioned, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import.
This is a huge deal.
Yes, Letitia James is melting down like never before. I didn't know that she can be this hurt. When she was doing this to Trump, it was normal. Now, something similar she did. When you take a look at this, Letitia James, the one who sued Trump for fraud, is now being looked at for fraud. She signed a paper saying she lives in Virginia while still working as New York Attorney General. Which fun fact, if she didn't move, that mortgage fraud, if she didn't move, she's not allowed to hold office in New York. Okay, when you look at the whole situation, she knows that this is wrong reason. She is now, blowing up on social media. Oh, I was trained in this. I have this. I'm fully ready. Let's see the end result of this.
Good to see you, Ms. James. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Errol.
Absolutely. What is going on here? Did anybody contact you before this letter went out accusing you of this, that, and the other and making a criminal referral about real estate transactions?
No, not at all. And let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets. He engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And the interest is accruing each and every day while the case is on appeal in the First Department. It's important that individuals know that this is nothing more than the continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and in disarray. Medicaid, Social Security, CFPB, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, as you mentioned, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import at all, have no legal significance. And we are standing up for the rights and privileges of New Yorkers and Americans. I will not be silenced. I will not be bullied. I will not bend. I will not break. And I will not bow to anyone. No one is above the law, including the President of these United States.
Okay.
And the Office of the Attorney General will continue to stand up.
Let me follow up of some of what's in this this letter. It says, according to media reports, which for us in the media is kind of a red flag, meaning that it seems to be based on some social media posts that I know were made by partisan political actors. But just let me ask you about some of the specifics in the letter. They're saying that your house in Brooklyn is a legal 5-family and the mortgage on it is for a 4-family house. Is that true?
So let me just say that, Errol, you know, as any good attorney, I will not litigate this case in a camera. It's important that we will respond to these allegations at the appropriate time and in an appropriate way. But I will not go back and forth with respect to these baseless allegations. I am more focused, again, on standing up for the freedoms, the liberties, and for the rule of law in the state of New York.
I was under the impression...
Yes, when you take a look at what Trump sent out, Letitia James, a totally corrupt politician, should resign from her position as New York State Attorney General immediately. Everyone is trying to make New York great again, and it can never be done with this wacko crook in office. When I remember when this case between her and Trump was going on, the way this lady was making on social media like a hero, releasing videos, putting out some kind of ridiculous statement, we have to get him. Now, look at this. That is why, before you take up a decision to go after someone on things that you can't really even go for that to prove, be careful. Yeah, because this is bouncing back on her like never before. I'm watching to observe the end result of this. Take a look at what she said on this clip.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until a speaker by the name of Hakeem Jeffries comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this democracy before. We'll save it now. Let's go.
This is a huge deal. She got a second house in Virginia, and then in applying for a mortgage for that house, she had a lawyer to whom she designated power of attorney declare that it was her principal residence. They allege that she did that because you get a better mortgage rate when you say it's your principal residence, because banks think if you're going to default on a mortgage, it's not going to be the one of the house in which you live. So if you fall on hard times, you're more likely to default on a second mortgage, like a beach home or a secondary thing, than your primary. And that she, knowing that this was not her primary residence, obviously she's in New York and she has to be, lied. And that you can't, having your power of attorney lie is the same as you lying. There's absolutely no distinction legally. So they're saying she did that. Then they're saying she had a place in Brooklyn that she was going to get a special mortgage for as long as it had 4 apartments or bedrooms or less. You could get a lower rate if you had 4 bedrooms or under. I can't figure out whether it was like one of those townhomes where everybody has their own apartment or whether it's a dwelling that has actual bedrooms for a family, but it's irrelevant. The point is you get a better mortgage rate if it's got 4 bedrooms or less, and this place had 5. And they're alleging that she wrongfully declared it had 4 over and over, once again, to get a more favorable mortgage rate.
These trumped up, ridiculous charges who went after him for the pure sake of going after the political rival.
Yes, I have never celebrated something like this in my entire life. This is what I have been waiting to actually see. I know Democrat will get up, oh, this is what we said, Trump will be going in there to revenge, to do this. I've seen a lot of people saying this is what they voted for. You can't tell me that this lady will not go down. This is big. Yes. When I look at how Democrat took this, and I just enjoy the fact that this is started very early. Yeah, not about going late during elections period, things like that. Starting now is the best time. they never had time because they wanted Trump not to run. So to prevent him, they came with different things at the same time to pour on him, to demoralize him. But it didn't work out. He was there in court, going to campaigns. That is what we witnessed. So at this time, even it takes how long, we are there to observe the end result of this. I'm enjoying the start of this, and I want to see how it's going to end. When I look at people's opinion, right now, Democrats are confused. They don't even know what exactly to do. Yeah, Trump is tackling them here. Oh, the next day, Trump administration is here. So at the end of the day, they don't even know one particular thing to follow. This one want to pop on social media. The next day, another thing is surfacing. So you can see what is happening here. The guys they're exhausted. Yeah, that is just what I can say at this point. They are exhausted because if they want to follow all through what is happening, since Trump became president till date, Democrat can't even survive because what he is doing is taking them unaware. Now we are talking about Letitia James. They're no more talking about this issue of, oh, Trump deported this person, those few are still singing that as a song. Now, this is a new one.
We start talking about this man, Kilmar.
Well, this is what they all do. So I think really the funny thing about all the...
Understand, and I'm sure we'll get more details, is if you're an undocumented immigrant, Trump wants you to go home, but if you're good at home, he will get you back into the country. They will fly you out of the country. And Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been living in Maryland for 14 years. He's got a wife. He was abducted by ICE and mistakenly deported to El Salvador. They refuse to bring him back. They won't even let him come back.
I think we're all following the news of the day. We are seeing right before our...
Following the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, undocumented migrant from El Salvador, married an American woman, has a kid, living the American dream. Until the Trump administration sent him to an El Salvadorian mega prison by, and I'm quoting,
that mode, which is going to render them possibly an irrelevant party if they don't change. Yes, I'm a free speech guy.
Randy Fine.
Everybody, he had
you to do any of that for me. I don't have an issue with the tariffs.